Catch this beat while it's rolling. Hold on, pump a little bit and let them know what's going on like that. Like that. Hold on a minute, just don't fall on back. Let them know that you're too much. And this is a beat they can't touch.
How are you doing, Fiji? Yes, indeed, fast approaching, well, the major bulletin. But before we even talk about the major bulletin, what about my little news flash?
Oh my gosh, please don't let him get started on that again.
Getting on the bus yesterday, and then he tells me, brother, move on to the other seat, because we can fit two people where you're sitting.
Hey, you can't blame the dude for being honest, okay?
There was nothing honest about what he said. Hi, I'm Pivil.
And I'm Fina,
Your daybreak duo on Gold FM. From Mondays to Fridays.
From 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Turn us on.
In this bulletin, an environmental emergency zone has been declared for certain parts of Suva. The National Fire Authority looks to reduce structural fires in 2015. And the RFMF is prepared to deploy its officers in the event of a cyclone. Good evening, I'm Akusita Tale and you're watching FBC News. Leading tonight's bulletin, third day into the start of New Year, and a life has already been lost on our roads. A laborer believed to be in his 40s is alleged to have died instantly after the vehicle he was traveling in tumbled and landed in a drain along the Deumba feeder road yesterday afternoon. Police spokesperson Anna Naisoro says the victim was sitting at the back of the four-wheel drive with others when the driver, who is a 30-year-old man from Serua, allegedly lost control of the vehicle while trying to negotiate a bend. Naisoro says there were 11 other passengers, all of whom and the driver were alleged to be drunk. The driver is in custody at the Navua police station while investigations continue. An environmental emergency zone has been declared for certain parts of Suva in the aftermath of the raw sewage spill from the burst trunk line in Nambua last month. The general public have been warned to stay away and refrain from any recreational activities and use the affected water. Savera Tambua gives us the details.
These areas are now officially off limits, from the mouth of the Reo River to the Fiji Development Bank foreshore area, including the popular picnic spot Nukulau Island. Also in the red zone is the Laudala Bay Road waterway and 3 kilometers further up the Cunningham River mouth. Police Chief of Operations Rusiate Tunravu says patrols are already in place.
Given the declaration that is out, we have a briefing yesterday on those commanding officers that the areas are being affected in this regards, and we will be having a dedicated team that will be patrolling the areas. We have boats that are available just to police the shoreline.
Fishermen have been spotted in the area, and police is warning the general public with the zone clearly identified to refrain from using the affected areas. Otherwise, expect to suffer the full brunt of the law.
Yeah, we have 12 months imprisonment and $2,000 fine, or both. These are for those that defy the orders. Given the general awareness that is currently given, that is the last measures that we would like to take. But those are the fines that are stipulated in the declaration.
Due to serious health concerns, no fishing or any recreational activities are allowed in these affected areas. An interagency emergency committee will be reviewing the situation weekly, with police leading the monitoring of areas affected. Attempts to get comments from the Health Minister, Choni Usumati, were futile. The environmental emergency declaration is expected to be in place until the 31st of this month. Sabera Tambua, FBC News.
In spite of the National Fire Authority conducting more awareness programs and getting more equipment in 2014, there were 140 structural fires compared to 120 in 2013. Because of this, the NFA is urging members of the community to change their attitude towards fire safety and support the authority in reducing the number of fires this year. Shireen Lata has more.
Last year, 4 lives were lost in fires, and according to the National Fire Authority, this could have been avoided if people were more vigilant.
We've almost tripled the type of awareness, done house to house. We've gone to schools. We've done community awareness. We've attended to functions like the festivals, hibiscus, and the amount of awareness programs and the amount of people we've covered is almost triple compared to 2013. But the results are not showing, not giving us the results that we want, which is a reduction in property fires.
Most of these reports are from the Western Division.
Most of the property fires are residential, and there's a few big commercial and industrial fires. And any fire results in huge losses, both in terms of the cost of the building, the cost of the materials in the building, the cost to the family themselves, pain and suffering.
Okona says they are focused on reducing the number of structural fires with support from the public.
In terms of awareness, this year we hope to have messages that will make people notice and also drive a change in the mindset of the people that we can control fire safety, but only if we take it seriously.
He adds every homeowner must accept responsibility and accountability for the fire safety of their property and their family members. Shireen Lata, FBC News.
The Republic of Fiji Military Forces is prepared to deploy its officers to all parts of the country in the event of a cyclone. The RFMF hopes to refine a standard procedure annually to improve its services. In the midst of our cyclone season between November to April, the RFMF has rolled out plans to be on standby if and when bad weather hits the islands.
We have operation orders in place for that, and we've always used that and refined it over the years. So when we get close to the cyclone season, the Navy assists us with reading weather maps and predictions of what to expect, and we prepare ourselves accordingly.
Fijians have been assured that the military will be out in full force should there be a cyclone.
We are calling troops to be on standby. However, we have a good number of troops who are housed within the premises of camps. Like here in Queen Elizabeth Barracks, we have married quarters for officers and for soldiers. So they are the first people that are called together to form teams for deployment in cases of flooding or other forms of disasters, landslides that we might be required to assist in.
The Land Force commander says the men in green are ready and equipped to handle come what may.
We are always ready in that sense. And in addition to that, when we see that the impact of the disaster that is coming is predicted to be much worse, then we recall troops who live out of the premises of the camps. So for that, for us, we've always practiced and refined that through the years.
The RFMF is closely working with the Fiji Naval Forces and the National Disaster Management Office with weather reports and to identify areas of deployment. A man is in police custody after he allegedly stabbed his ex-wife at her home in Suva yesterday. The incident occurred at Howell Road, whereby he is alleged to have stabbed his 28-year-old wife. Police spokesperson Anna Naisoro says initial investigation reveals the suspect allegedly committed the act after suspecting his ex-wife of having an affair. The suspect later surrendered himself at the Samambula police station, where he remains in custody. Meanwhile, the 28-year-old victim remains admitted at the CWM hospital in serious condition. Investigations continue. Coming up after the break, the Fiji Sugar Corporation will replace the Penang mill with a sugar syrup mill to be built in Rakiraki.
छू 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 हे हे नमस्ते फीजी, आपके हर एक प्रॉब्लम की दवा लेकर मैं आ गई हूँ 9 से 12 बजे तक आपकी सहेली रेनू। छू 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 40 में 20 का दिखना है। मैं हूँ ना आपके साथ में मिर्ची एफएम पर 9 से 12 बजे तक मंडे टू फ्राइडे। मिर्ची, इट्स हॉट।
Bula FM nambang dua na sera ni wasining ona ni batara ni sibiti ko bekian na diwa en na tini na miniti na may pakuriti ora bengra bina nontan nonong go kanda na dabati ko ni rona kaloko en ay kaben den debo ni na tay wali ni may dabati ko na wani matakabo kan le bisarti ko na bisere tali oni na namaka do batati ko may kina na kenan daw ro di kanamaki Bula binaka ayo salbilawa do bataki yawa na batara na wani dio na kaloko moni tiki na barumbuka en ang Bula FM nambang dua en na sera
Welcome back to FBC News. The Fiji Sugar Corporation has a strategic plan in 2015 to replace the Penang mill with a new syrup mill to be built in Rakiraki. The move will see Penang producing syrup, which would then be taken to Rarawai mill in Ba to be turned into sugar. Christopher Chan reports.
The Penang mill is the smallest of the 4 mills in the country, and FSC has major plans to change it.
What we want to do is replace the Penang mill. The Penang mill is too old, it's costing us a lot of money in terms of maintenance, and rather than just throwing good money after bad, what we're actually looking at is a brand new mill for Penang.
Khan says they want to start work on the project in the first quarter of this year.
We will actually not produce sugar, we will actually produce syrup, and that syrup will be brought from there into Rarawai mill, and then we will actually crystallize it in Rarawai mill, which means that we are able to get a better return on our assets in Rarawai mill and not have to spend close to about $20 million extra in Penang mill.
FSC will also carry out upgrade works at the Rarawai mill in Ba, and the new syrup mill is expected to be built right next to the Penang factory.
In terms of the other 3 mills, Rarawai, for example, we're putting in some new equipment at the back end meaning where the syrup is actually crystallized.
These plans are expected to make the mill's operations economically viable. It is also a step towards ensuring the diversification of the sugar sector. Khan says the company is hopeful for a better year, particularly in improving tons cane to ton sugar ratio. Christopher Chand, FBC News.
The Education Ministry has confirmed that come the beginning of Term 1, students will receive bus fare subsidy. Education Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy says government will continue to provide the scheme as it has assisted parents and students from low-income households. Students who travel by boat, carriers and other transport where bus service is not available will continue to receive this assistance as well.
At the moment, we can't say about e-ticketing. As soon as it is implemented, then we will use the e-ticketing system. We will provide the e-ticketing cards to students. But at the moment, no, the voucher stands, and the eligibility criteria that is there, it will be adhered to.
The government has allocated $20 million for the bus fare schemes for students from low-income families. Police are warning people with social media accounts to refrain from posting false information about illegal activities. Chief of Intelligence and Investigations Henry Brown says they are currently investigating a case where pictures of suspected drugs and comments on illegal activities were posted on a Facebook account. Brown says while investigations reveal the postings were falsified, it has raised alarm bells on cases of this nature going viral, and to curb this, police are stepping up their prosecution powers.
This sort of borders close to the general offense of annoyance, and also comes close to giving false information. But by posting such photographs on the social media, it just raises concerns by the members of the public, unwarranted and unnecessary concerns by people who might think that this is the real deal, that people are taking drugs in hotel rooms and engaging in other illegal activities.
It's estimated that Fiji has close to 280,000 registered active Facebook users. Last year, Facebook reported to have surpassed 1.24 billion registered users and counting. A 49-year-old bus driver has been taken in for questioning following an accident on New Year's Day along Yasi Road, Nandera in Suva. The driver was discharged from the CWM hospital yesterday. Meanwhile, the 48-year-old taxi driver of Narere, who was also involved in the accident, remains admitted in hospital as investigations continue. It's alleged that the deceased bus failed to stop at the intersection, causing a collision between the bus and a taxi. Coming up in sports, the Tambadamu Sevens rugby team is all geared up for the Uluinakau Sevens tournament next week.
It's now 6 o'clock right here on Big Breakfast. Today FM, today's hit music.
Hey, I'm Pauline.
And I'm Alan. Tune in to the Breakfast Show on Today FM with Pauline and I every weekday morning.
From 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Right here on Today FM, today's hit music.
Today FM, today's hit music.
Imbulo bina na turanga na marama na turbugi na ngone leo. Imbulo bina rangone. Kanuita kini marata itiron tabi vingom yan na bio liba ni Radio Fiji 1 na dabay viti na bunga ni biyano yan. Waya upio ratuanga na munid daw ni bengravi. Na makia mo na kita tiri karua moniti kina barumbuka. Ene wasini ngolo baruta ki kilo manikoro iluto na karomo.
Welcome back. Leading our sports bulletin tonight, the 12-member Fiji Pearl squad to participate at the Oceania Netball Series has been finalized. 17-year-old Kelera Nawai will make a debut for the side, which will play against the Silver Ferns and Samoa. Mere Rambuka Nailiku will once again lead the squad and will be assisted by Maria Lutua. Coach Kate Carpenter has named the squad with a mixture of youth and experience who will lead Fiji into this year's World Netball Championships. The Oceania Series starts on the 19th of this month at the Vodafone Arena in Suva. The Tambadamu Sevens rugby team is all geared up for the Uluinakau Sevens tournament next week. Former National Sevens rep Setefano Dakau is in the country to help out the team in preparations, which has boosted team morale.
We all know that Sete is away in Sri Lanka and he just came back to spend some time with the family during Christmas and New Year. And when he arrived to the ground, it's been a moral boost for the boys, and it's been like a one step up for the boys preparing for the Uluinakau.
The Uluinakau Sevens will be played at Ratu Thakombau Park in Osori on the 9th and 10th of this month. The TFL Fijiana side is looking to better their performance at the Brazil leg of the Women's World Series next month. The team has 10 points on the ladder and wants to improve on their performance in the next tournament. After finishing the first tournament in Dubai on 6th position, officials say consistency is needed in the squad.
We just got to be consistent. If we can get in, stay up there, or make a step up, and they'll be good. And it's something we've spoken about as a team, and it's something for me as a coach to assess, and where we can, work hard.
The Brazil tournament will be played from the 6th to the 7th of next month. The Punjabi Tigers cricket team have made a dream start to the 2015 Suva Cricket Association Local League competition. The Tigers, who were recently promoted to the Premier grade, stamped their mark on the season, defeating favourites Army by 8 runs today. Rohit Deo with the details.
The Punjabi cricket team only recently came together For most of them, this season will see them playing cricket at this level for the first time. But these novices are anything but, starting their campaign in the B division only last year and moving up to the Premier grade in less than 12 months.
They're all from India and Pakistan. Even we don't know each other. We met here in Fiji and start for fun. Now we're serious and we're really enjoying. And our mission is mostly we promote cricket here because people taking interest these days.
With this win over Army in their first outing, the team is already been rated as favourites for this year's title. While team officials believe that cricket is growing in the country, they say a lot more work is needed.
I'm here last 7 years, but I saw last couple of years very good. People more club here and playing each other. But compared to India and Pakistan, we need more. We need more club and more, grounds like that.
And with the favourites falling to the newcomers, the 2015 league has got off to a good start. If this game is anything to go by, a lot more upsets can be expected in the coming weeks. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
Liverpool football team captain Steven Gerrard will leave the club at the end of this season. Gerrard scored a total of 180 goals in all competitions for the Reds. And today the capital was blessed with showers in the morning running through to the afternoon with overcast conditions. Elsewhere across the islands it was fine weather with possible afternoon and evening shower predicted. Temperatures averaged 30 with a high of 31 recorded across 4 centres. Tomorrow expect more of the same weather, so pack your umbrellas and your raincoats just in case, along with the swimmers. Further outlook, fine apart from brief showers over the interior and eastern parts of the larger island, afternoon or evening showers elsewhere. Recapping the headlines, an environmental emergency zone has been declared for certain parts of Suva. The National Fire Authority looks to reduce structural fires in 2015. And the RFMF is prepared to deploy its officers in the event of a cyclone. Now on to our poll question. This week we ask, do New Year's resolutions work? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizensize@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page FBC News, or if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. That's your FBC News for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. Until then, have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Nimo Demanda.
देश की धड़कन रेडियो फीजी 2 का ये प्रसारण आपके लिए कार्यक्रम में आपका स्वागत हम कर रहे हैं। याद रखते हैं अभी से लेकर रात 12 तक यह सिलसिला हमारा और आपका चलता रहेगा। दृष्टिकोण में आपका हम स्वागत कर रहे हैं। दृष्टिकोण के तुरंत बाद आगे बढ़ते हैं कार्यक्रम में। इधर कहते हैं कि गहरी थी रात लेकिन हम सोए नहीं, गहरी थी रात लेकिन हम सोए नहीं, दर्द बहुत था दिल में पर हम रोए नहीं, कोई नहीं हमारा जो पूछे हमसे, जाग रहे हो किसके लिए या किसी के लिए सोए नहीं। याद रखा दें, गीत संगीत का तकाजा आपके लिए रात 12 तक आपको हम सोने नहीं देंगे। महकती रातें हर सोमवार से लेकर शुक्रवार तक रात 7 से लेकर 12 के बीच रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन पर रविंद्र सिंह के साथ।